So are you thinking of moving to Aledo, Texas? You've heard a lot about it. You hear it's a really great place to be, but are there any downsides of living in Aledo, Texas? Well, in this video, I am going to talk about 6 pros, 6 cons. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly about Aledo, Texas. And we're getting started right now, so don't go anywhere. So if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so you can be made aware the next time we put a new video out on the channel. Hi, I am Elizabeth Oliva. This is the Fort Worth Home Tours, and we get calls and texts from people just like you looking to make a move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area every single day. So whether you're moving in 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, or even 8 years, go ahead and give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, or book a Zoom. And call and text is best because I respond to those the fastest. The details are below of how to do that. We can connect, and I can help you figure out how you can make a smooth move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Or if you live here and you want to move to another area of this DFW Metroplex and you have a home to sell, or you don't, I can help you with that too. You don't have to be moving from across country. You can be right here and I can help you with that. I can negotiate for you. I can represent you on your behalf and help you get the best deal here on your new home purchase or your dream home in the area. So as I was saying, we're going to talk about Aledo, Texas, specifically Aledo ISD, the area that encompasses our homes in Aledo ISD, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. So 6 pros, 6 cons. So what is so special about Aledo ISD and Aledo, Texas? Well, it's Aledo ISD. It is highly sought after, that word that we realtors say a lot. And it really is, because it is a top rated school for a lot of reasons. Number one, their athletics is top rated in the state. They have won 12 football championships. They have high academic standards. They have highest test scores, college prep, all of those things. They rank high in every single one of those. So if you want a top public school education in the state of Texas, in the DFW area, this is and could be a school for you, depending on the area of DFW you need to be in. But the area is sought after because of the school district, because they've just done such a great job in the school district. So that is pro number 1, is Aledo ISD. Pro number 2 is the proximity to Fort Worth. It really is right outside of Fort Worth on the west side. You can get into downtown Fort Worth in about 20 minutes. You can get to Sam's, Costco, the mall, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, all of those conveniences within about 20 minutes or so, and is conveniently located for people that want to work at somewhere like Lockheed, the Joint Reserve, even if you're going to the medical district, whether it's the Southwest Side Medical District or downtown. If you are even going to the north side, the north loop of Fort Worth, like I-35 and 820, it's still not that far because you're really close to the loop. So all of those are great reasons why Aledo is considered pro number 2, a proximity to Fort Worth. It's really conveniently located, but it's not in the middle of the hustle and bustle. You're a little bit out. So convenience with some extra elbow room, you might say. So that's pro number 2. Pro number 3 is you have diverse housing options. You have brand new master plan communities, along with homes that have been in resale communities with mature trees for a long time. So Aledo has a big diverse area, and I'm going to jump into the computer a little bit later and show you more about the housing prices, kind of where the market is right now. Just know that you have everything from homes built in like 1970 all the way up to 2025. You've got several master plan communities, of which I have done several videos on these master plan new construction communities. So Walsh Ranch is one. Check out, I think 10 videos now on Walsh Ranch. Morningstar, I have several on Morningstar. I have the Parks of Aledo. I have Kelly Ranch. I'm trying to think, who else am I forgetting? So Walsh, Morningstar, Parks of Aledo, Kelly Ranch. Those are all big master plan communities. So Walsh is the one that has the most amenities, over the top amenities already done, and price point is a little higher than Morningstar, which is right next to it. Morningstar is more of a starter community to, if you want to be an Aledo ISD and you want new construction, Morningstar is going to be one of your best price points. And then you've got Parks of Aledo, which is right across from Aledo High School. It doesn't have over-the-top amenities, but it's a beautiful biking, hiking, trail type of community, and it is a really good neighborhood feel with bluffs and hills and a fishing pond. It has a park. It's right next to the little town of Aledo, which doesn't have a lot in it, but it's a cute little charming town. So Parks of Aledo is right by that. And then you have Kelly Ranch, which Kelly Ranch has Rio Vista and Sierra Vista, which have started. And Sierra Vista is kind of more on the price point of Morningstar. It's on the other side of Aledo. So it's on the southern end of Aledo off of 377. Walsh, Morningstar, and parts of Aledo are off of I-20 on the northern side of Aledo, if that makes sense. And so it's two different areas really, but they're all big new master plan communities, and Kelly Ranch is the more up and coming brand new one. They don't have any amenities up yet, but they have broken ground on the amenity center that's going to have the pool and the pickleball and all that kind of stuff. And their views of that, where that amenity center is going up, are going to be absolutely spectacular views. They're on the highest point of a hill, and you're going to be looking towards Fort Worth and the rolling hills of Aledo. It's absolutely gorgeous. So those are some of the new construction communities. Then you have Bella Flora, which is a beautiful gated community off of 1187. You have Ladera, you have Maravella, you have a lot of these older, like 1 acre communities, Bear Creek. I mean, just a bunch of pocket, usually 1 acre, sometimes 2 acre communities in Aledo. Beautiful homes winding through the little country roads of Aledo. So a lot to choose from. And then you have the homes that are older, that are maybe under 400, under 350. And I'm going to show you in the computer more about that. So a diverse array of homes to choose from in Aledo ISD. Pro number 4, you have abundant outdoor activities. So you've got hiking and biking, you've got golf, you've got all kinds of golf communities, split rail, you've got Whitestone, which is right on the edge, right outside of Aledo. You've got Blue Jack Ranch Golf and Resort, which is coming up. Now it's going to be a high-end, very exclusive golf community. Maverick Ranch and Golf, I think is what they're calling it. That is also going to be high-end. If you look online at a community called Vaquero up in Westlake, the people that are doing Vaquero are doing Maverick, and it's going to be over the top amazing, and it's going to be on the edge of Aledo. So a lot of golf communities and some municipal ones very, very close in that same area. You have Benbrook Lake right around the corner. You have Lake Weatherford, which is right there by Aledo. If you like to do boating activities or skiing or fishing, those are going to be available to you as well. And we've got outdoor life. We've got a lot of deer. You might see coyote. You definitely will see rabbits, bobcat possibly. You might even see deer running around in the neighborhood in people's yards. You're out in the country. A lot of Aledo has that out in the country kind of feel, and it's really, really beautiful. Pro number 5, no state income tax. Here in Texas, we do not have a state income tax, and that definitely helps when it comes to your taxes. And you could potentially have lower property tax in Aledo if you are out of the city area, if you're in the county and you don't have a PID or a MUD. Contact me about PIDs or MUDs. I've done a video on this to explain it and break it down. But if you're in the master plan communities, you may have a PID or a MUD or a water MUD, and those are kind of an extra tax overlay on top of your regular property taxes. But if you're not in those master plan communities and you're buying a resale home that's out in the county, your taxes might be lower than a lot of other areas in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So you're out in the country, you may not have all of those taxes. Pro number 6, you have a small town feel, small town and community feel. Like I said, the city of Aledo town is just this tiny little, kind of a little roundabout is the city. So it definitely is a small town feel. But one of the top rated barbecue places I think in the state is called Danes, and it is there in Aledo, right there in that little roundabout area of the town square, like the little community of Aledo. And it's been top rated, like written up everywhere. And then there's Press Cafe, which is a great little spot to eat there in the downtown area of Aledo. So that's definitely a pro, is the strong community feel. You've got some of the communities, Ladera, Bella Flora, that have their own events. Walsh has like over 300 events in their community. Same thing with Parks of Aledo. They have a lot of neighborhood events and neighborhood groups. And then I'm sure Kelly Ranch is going to have the same thing when it gets up and running. Morningstar also has a lot of community events inside their community. So small town feel, like you're kind of out in the country. So I love Aledo. I love Parker County. I grew up in Parker County, but I gotta admit, there are some things you do need to know about that could be cons. So we're gonna talk about that. So con number one, higher home prices. So Aledo is known for higher prices than a lot of areas in Fort Worth because of the school district. People want to live there. So the price, the values, the home values and the property values have gone up because it's highly desired to be there. So I want to show you kind of what that looks like. So right now, this is what's been closed in the last 90 days in Aledo. So we had 250 homes closed. As far as prices on these closed properties, it's everywhere from 245,000 to 2.3 million. 245 to 2.3, huge difference in prices. So all kinds of properties out here, some with acreage, some with not. And that's part of it, why you see such a big difference in prices. So you have brand new, you have resale, a lot of different prices on that. A lot of them over $1 million, but then you have a lot that are resale that are 400, you've got all the way down, 500, you've got 4, under 4, you can get low 4s, 3s, you can get down there a little bit, but typically our prices are going to be higher than some other areas. Now, if you're looking at homes that are on the market right now, we have everything from 165,000 for sale, and I believe that's a manufactured home, all the way up to, I was looking at this earlier, all the way up to 10.8 million for sale. That is 32 acres. It's a 10,000 square foot home in Aledo. I told you there's some amazing properties out there. So if you're looking for your dream home and a dream property, Aledo is an absolutely beautiful place to find it. You've got one with 100 acres for 9 million, 8 acres for 5, 32 acres for 4, 30 acres for 3, so on the top end, all the way up to over 10 million, all the way down to 165,000 on the market right now. Really diverse, but that gives you an idea of the price points. A median price point is about 500,000 or 600,000. Brand new construction in like Kelly Ranch right now, you can do 450 to 5 minimum. Okay, on brand new construction. Okay, Morningstar about the same, maybe 450. Brand new construction. Okay, if that's what you're looking for. That's kind of my specialty, but I do all of it, so if you're looking for a resale home, just let me know. So higher home prices, yes. Con number two is the rapid growth and the traffic conditions. So right now in the Aledo area, as you come out of Fort Worth on the west side, if you're going Interstate 30 straight west out of Fort Worth, you're going to get a little bottleneck because there's a lot of construction going on. And I don't know why we do this in Texas, but we seem to expand the roads after we need them. We need them way sooner than we get them out. And so I think as far as I can remember, we've had construction on the roads like all my life. We've had construction somewhere. So no different. But if you're coming out on I-30 and like, let's say you're going to Walsh, you could go north and bypass it. You can go south and bypass that bottleneck right now. So the other thing I see is where Kelly Ranch is on 377, they're going to have to do something with the roads there where 377 and Kelly Ranch intersect. They're probably going to need a light right there because they're going to have way more traffic than they can handle with the way it is right now. It's a little 2-lane road and it's a 4-lane highway with a median in between, but they're definitely going to need to upgrade the road system right there. So that is definitely a con, but hopefully they're going to get all that taken care of. They're going to get the roads up to speed because we have other communities coming on board. I don't know exactly how many years, but the Dean Ranch was sold. The Veal Ranch, they're going to be developing that. So a lot of growth out there in Aledo. So they've got to work on the roads for sure. That is definitely a concern. Con number 3, limited local amenities. So like I said, to get to a Sam's, Costco, major shopping, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Airport is about 50 minutes. Downtown is about 20 minutes. If you're someone who's going to the airport all the time, you may want to live closer, but if it's every once in a while, not a big deal. As far as local amenities, you do have a Brookshire's, which is 5 minutes, 10, depending on where you are in Aledo. If you are on the Kelly Ranch side, you're about 15 minutes to the Walmart in Benbrook. So not too bad. But yeah, pretty much not anything, just like 5 minutes away. Brookshire's is 5 minutes from certain communities. Like Morningstar is probably about 5 minutes. Now, they are building, they're more commercial right there at I-20 where Walsh is and 3325 where you turn off to go to Aledo. You can go north on 3325 or you can go south on 1187 into Aledo. So right there, they are building more commercial. They're supposed to be getting a major grocery store. They're going to be having other shops and things there right there at the southern end of the Walsh development that they're developing right now. It's where I-20 butts up against Walsh. That's all going to be commercial and it will be developed. So the commercial is coming, the amenities are coming. So if you're thinking of being there, coming out there and buying and living there for a while, you're going to get your amenities closer. If you want like a good date night, you've got that Dane's Barbecue, you've got Press Cafe, or you can go into Clear Fork. Clear Fork is maybe 20 minutes, and Clear Fork is a really amazing outdoor shopping and dining experience right there on the Trinity River in Fort Worth. You can take the toll, or you can go, toll's probably the best way. Come in and take the toll, and you've got a high-end steakhouse, you've got Thai food, you've got Doc B's, you've got Mexican, you've got comfort food, you've got pinstripe bowling, you've got a movie tavern, you've got all kinds of things there at Clear Fork. You've got Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Neiman's, Tiffany's, all the high-end shopping you could ever want. And it's about 20 minutes away from most places in Aledo. So not too far, but not right out your door, which some people are okay with. They don't necessarily want shopping right there. They would be okay with a 15-20 minute drive. Just know that it exists, and it could be a con if you're used to being 5 minutes from everything. So it's a trade-off for sure. And con number 4, high water bills. And I'll put utilities in here. So some people are saying that their water bills are higher, sometimes $500 to $800 a month. So you might want to look out for that depending on where you are looking to purchase. Now, a lot of the properties in Aledo have a well. Okay, so if you have a well, you've already purchased your water, you're paying for electricity to pump the well. And so you won't have that high water bill if you have a well. A lot of times you have a well and a septic. Sometimes you may have well and city sewer. It just depends. If it is a new construction property, I believe in Parker County, you have to have 2 acres to allow for the septic. And so if you have a 2-acre new construction property, you might have a septic and you probably will have a well. You will invest in the well up front, and then you won't have the water bills every month. But if you are on city sewer and water, you might have a high water bill. On your electricity, and this could be a con, you've got not really a choice, but a lot of Aledo has one electric company called Tri-County. It's a co-op. There are areas that are deregulated, meaning you do have a choice of who you get your electric bill from. I can give you the full breakdown on the electricity. I have worked with electricity and helped people do this on the side for years. So I'm very well versed on the deregulated market. But if it's Tri-County, they are really pretty fair. My sister has Tri-County. She's out in Parker County, and we've compared bills. I've done that over the years with people, and it's pretty much in line with what is going on in the deregulated market. So they're really not gouging people, in my opinion. It just know that it's one company, and I do believe they pay dividends as well to their customers throughout maybe every year, every so many years. And sometimes you get a check back. So that can be a positive, but just know that that's out there, that you may be dealing with that. And internet, I'll go ahead and throw this one in, and I think I may have had that on another con in here, but your internet, you may be in areas, and especially resale, where you may not have fiber. You may not have the regular internet options that you're used to in a bigger city. You may have to look at other options, like there's a company called Nextlink. Some people may be doing Starlink. Then the newer communities like Walsh and Morningstar and Parks of Aledo and Kelly Ranch will have the internet. And in the case of Walsh, it is included in your HOA fee, your 2 gig of internet. Okay, so that's definitely a plus. And when you're in a newer community, just know that you want to do your due diligence on your internet options because those could be an issue. If you need really fast internet and you're working from home, make sure to do your due diligence before you buy the property. I can help you do that. Contact me, and hopefully you will, to help you find the home that you're looking for in Aledo. Con number 5, social perceptions and the community. So the older Aledo residents may not be so happy that a lot of new people are coming into Aledo, and they feel like it's changing their community. Well, that happens when new people move to a community. You might have an influx of people from other areas, and that happens with growth. It's just going to happen. You may have a person who owns some property, and their next door farmer neighbor sells their 20 acres, and then a development goes up. That changes their area, and they may not be happy about that. But that's just some of the scuttlebutt going around in Aledo, that some people are not necessarily happy with the growth. And then con number 6 is bugs. Okay. It's out in the country. You may see bugs that you've never seen before. You may see a scorpion. Now, it's not going to be one of these huge scorpions, but it's usually like a blonde color, a really sandy color scorpion. But you might see scorpions. Pro with the wildlife is you definitely will see deer, most likely. We've seen bobcat, coyotes, definitely rabbits, something called a shrew, if you know what that is, snakes. We do have rattlesnakes. So in the rocky areas, you have to watch out, especially in the spring when they're moving. Be very, very careful because you could run up on a rattlesnake, which is not good. So you got to watch out for snakes. We do have those out in Aledo. We do have spiders. We might have tarantulas. I had those growing up in Parker County. Spiders, there's some really harmless spiders that you can encounter. Mosquitoes, here in Texas we have mosquitoes. Depending on if you have a pond or a lake near you, might have more, but definitely the snakes, the mosquitoes, rodents. You might have some rodents, which are not like bad. I mean, you might have field mice, but definitely you do have some critters out there that you may or may not be used to, like scorpions. So keep an eye out for those if you move to Aledo. Make sure you're watching where you're walking. No doubt about it. So that was a rundown for you. So I hope this helped you to figure out if Aledo is an area that you want to be in. There are a lot of pros. It's a beautiful area of Parker County, rolling hills, beautiful views, gorgeous trees, windy country roads. And then there are some cons. You know, there are some higher prices out there, but you can find homes that are reasonable, but some of the prices are higher. School district is phenomenal if that's what you are looking for your children to grow up in. If you want a really great experience for their school, it definitely has it, and it's close to Fort Worth. It's not that far out. So I hope this helped you. I hope it brought you value. If you liked the video, go ahead and like the video. That really helps me out. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. I really appreciate that. And as always, if I can help you, go ahead and reach out to me. Details are below of how to do that. I'd love to help you make a smooth move to the Aledo area or anywhere around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So I am Elizabeth Oliva. This is the Fort Worth Home Tours. And until next time, and when you come into town, I hope to show you around.